Welcome back to the show. All right, so whatever happens this week, Penn State will either be 3-6 or 4-5. And you're seeing teams, guys, around the country start to maybe opt out of bowl games before they even have been offered an invitation. What are your guys' thoughts, Neil, in terms of, should Penn State get an invitation to a bowl? Would this be beneficial to them, even though it's during a pandemic, or should they just, after this week against Illinois, just kind of tap out for 2020?
Well, I thought that these kids have given so much and suffered so much and sacrificed that after this past game that would have been enough. But they all appear to be enjoying it and wanting to be around it. When you listen to Mennett and Dodson, two great leaders of this offense, and Tony on defense, they all sort of want to stay together. They're playing well. I don't know what a bowl game, they're going to have to continue to isolate and be up there, I guess, for another few weeks. We'll see what happens. It could be a Phoenix type or maybe playing North Carolina. They look pretty good in the December 30th bowl. So I don't know about a bowl game. I would defer to what their wishes would be, but I do admire them for wanting to play, continuing to this ride.
You notice how Neil doesn't even want to say the Duke's Mayo Bowl? You don't even want to bring that up. I think it's this easy. I think you put it to a vote of the players and say, hey, do you guys want to do it? And if they do, now the one factor that I think you have to take into account is the difficult situation that James Franklin has been in with his family. And I think all of our hearts go out to him knowing what his family is dealing with and his daughter's dealing with a sickle. So that's a difficult part of it. But for me, I would have to believe that the smartest thing to do is say, hey guys, you vote on it, and what you decide to do, that's what the program's going to do.
The last time they did that was the last time the players voted. They didn't want to go somewhere.
Or would it be like under Joe, where what did they say when they picked the captains under Joe Paterno? The players voted for the captains, but Joe counted the votes.
Yeah, he said 4 Italian kids.
Yeah.
Roger, what would that think would do for a program that has struggled in the beginning part of the year, but now, like we've said many times in the show, they're heating up and whatnot, and you have a lot of young players on this team. You look at the senior day yesterday. You got a couple big-time contributors like Shaka Toney and Antonio Shelton and some guys along the offensive line, but a lot of youth on this team. And for a team that didn't have a spring ball last year because of COVID, I'm not saying this is another spring, but the more reps you can get going into 2021, I got to think that's got to help the program.
Well, sure, it's going to help the program. I would love to see the Lions head off to someplace a little warmer over the holidays. That would be a great thing for the team. And as you said, Jack, youth must be served. And to get the reps as they have over the course of the season, to get a few more on an even bigger stage, I think it would be a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for the guys to go play a bowl game.
We just don't know how they're going to treat it. If they decide they're not going to play a bowl game, they will disperse to their families, presumably, and then really be able to regroup and be back for spring semester. So they may feel that the recovery is more important than an actual being in the bowl site and doing two-a-days.
Right. Well, it's also a situation where this isn't your typical bowl timing-wise. I mean,
Right.
So they could well be playing a week and a half or so, 2 weeks after the final game. So that definitely plays into it as well. So it's not going to be as if you're going to have multiple weeks of practice. But I think even getting 1 extra week of practice may be good for these guys.
The guaranteed rate Lone Bowl was 1 week after Illinois.
There you go.
Yeah. So I do know to the minor bowls.
With this team this year, I think one of the things I've been kind of following is the emergence of Parker Washington, but also the development of Jahan Dotson that's allowed Parker to have such an amazing freshman year. Roger, when you look at those two guys, and specifically Jahan, who no one really gave him a lot of credit because he's trying to fill in for KJ Hamler. You got Pat Fryermuth, but he has really emerged as an elite receiver, not only on the team, but in the Big Ten. And I mean, granted, Penn State's not doing well, but if they were doing well, he'd be getting some national attention.
He would be getting national attention. He is a leader that is so close to fully blossoming, I think. He's got a great attitude. His skill set improves weekly. Good kid.
Yeah, I wonder if he's got a decision to make after the year. I mean, it may be premature to say it, but everybody looks at a Jason Owe and a Rasheed Walker as guys who may have those decisions to make. And I wonder, Jahan Dotson, when you see what he's doing, and he did it against Ohio State as well, and that game is going to stand out, because when you're talking about Ohio State, you're talking about elite athletes. So I really wonder if he's going to have a decision to make after this year.
I like that they took the wraps off him in the punt return game. He'd been fair catching a lot of balls. Even early yesterday, they needed an injection. He gave them one. I think that was a good move of their special teams.
Yeah, you weren't complaining about the lack of fair catches, though, when the guy slipped on the kickoff. I'm forgetting who was it even. That I was immediately thinking of Neil saying,
Good.
why are they fair catching all these? That's because some of these guys have trouble and can't quite get it done. But it was good to see the special teams have such an impact for Penn State, because Lamont Wade had a couple of nice returns too, so that kind of came into play.
All right, coming up next, our Nitwit of the Year. It's heating up right now. Someone even picked the correct score, the correct margin of, correct scoring margin from last week. So we'll give our predictions for Illinois and wrap up the show.